What's going on, beautiful people? Yes, it's Wellness Wednesday. Come on in this room. All right. Hope you guys ready to talk about self-care. Hey. See? Can y'all see YouTube? Ooh, YouTube. Y'all can't see nothing. Homogenation, Black liberation, surviving COVID-19. I will breathe. Listen. Okay, y'all. All right, let me turn her off. Let me turn her off because you already know we the ones we've been waiting for. I don't know if this quarantine hasn't showed you that this liberation is up to us, then I don't know what it has showed you. Okay, so welcome to Wellness Wednesdays with LadyCEO. What's going on? What's going on? Today's class is going to be, I don't know, it might be a little short because it's very to the point and it's all about self-care. Okay, all about self-care. What I wanted to make most sure of is that even after the world, Virginia opens back up next week, I want you to make sure that you take all of what you learned with you. More importantly, to give it a title, I want you to be your best example of self-care, okay? Self-care is so important because we are not done fighting this fight. For us in America, it seems like the fight started here in 2020. It seems like it started with COVID-19, and that's exactly what happened. The fight started with COVID-19, then it transferred into a governmental shutdown, and then the quarantine, and then we were reminded how we are continuously being oppressed and treated as slaves in this modern day society. So the fight is not going to stop because the state has opened up next week. I want you to actually take the state opening up next week as a distraction. That is an attempt to distract. I'm not saying the governor got anything to do with it. I'm just saying he is moving on orders, and it is divine. It is divine orchestration for us, the collective, to make sure that we pay attention to how these people moving. And so for the ops, this is convenient, okay? They already said they wanted essential workers to get back to work. They was missing money. And then they say, hey, about that stimulus check, go ahead and spend it back with us. We need our money back. And in the meantime, COVID-19 is still rising. While they've allowed us to get out here and, I don't know what happened to the limited person rule in places. I don't know. All these events, the clubs opening up. I'm going to tell you something. I'm an event planner, and that's where a heavy portion of my bread comes from. But if it has anything to do with putting my people in jeopardy, I will not be drawing out large crowds. I will not be drawing out large crowds because I truly believe that the second wave is coming. And they're going to blame the second wave on all of us who out there not wearing your mask in public, still being too close to people, having too many people in a function. They're going to blame you. Watch what I say. So today, as the world is getting ready to open up, that was just my introduction. Listen, as the world opens up next week, I want you to remember yourself, though. I don't know who may be going back to work. I don't know who found solace in working from home, but I want you to remember yourself because look at the changes that has been made in your home. Hopefully they have been positive ones with your family, and you've been able to focus more on yourself so you can make sure. Yes. excuse me, y'all. You began to focus more on yourself, right, during this quarantine. So you were able to make significant changes in your life or career. You were able to identify how much sleep you weren't getting, how much rest you weren't getting, and how that was affecting your body. Maybe you were good financially, but your mindset was destroyed. Your energy, you were just all over the place. You just was not right, baby. You weren't right, if we can be honest, because I've been there before. I'm actually running up on the brink of one right now because of how much I've been still pressing through and pressing on to be here. You understand what I'm saying? So this is actually therapy for myself. Do not forget the self-care. Now, I know if you're going back to work, you may be getting ready to experience, well, where do I fit it in at? You got to steal it. You got to steal it. If you're getting ready to go back to a 9 to 5 or whatever your life is getting ready to go back into, I want you to take this with you. Take the idea of self-care. Take the idea of stealing time for yourself. Resting and sleeping are two totally different things, but you need both, okay? So let's get into it. Wellness Wednesdays with LadyCEO, all right? Now, talking about self-care, that's all it's about. Why aren't you? Why aren't you exemplifying self-care if you're not? Let's talk about it. If you're still like, look, Zavi, through the whole thing, I have not been able to focus on self-care. I was worried about these kids being here, what was going to eat, and they was eating all my food and how I was going to teach them and what's going to happen next. Listen, that was worry and fear that caused you to not be focused on your self-care. And those are the two biggest things that will prevent you from obtaining self-care, okay? Now, as we head back into phase 3 of the world, you know, we have two different phases coming through Zavi right now. We got the Black Liberation phase 1 and phase 2, and then we have the government, the world, phase 1, phase 2, 3, 4, whatever phase they go to. I just know that phase 3 is next week, and that's when everything opens up. And so I want you to remember to rest, okay? Even throughout your day, you may find it funny, you know, you go somewhere, you're like, I need a nap. You feel like you're too grown now, and you don't get to take naps, and naps snap for you. Well, you might not necessarily take a nap, but you need to go and sit down somewhere. You need to go and sit down somewhere throughout the day, collect your thoughts, and it's okay to tell the kids, sit down. It's okay to feel like they're getting on your nerves. I know me and one of my old homegirls used to have this conversation. She was a first-time mom. She just got one. And she said, I used to feel bad when I used to feel like he was getting on my nerves. And I said, well, honey, that's that first-time parent blues stuff. We don't want to acknowledge or say out loud. We fear that someone will say, oh, you less than a parent for saying that your child and got on your damn nerves today. No, that makes you human, baby. Okay? And yes, that child is just doing their job, but listen, you have a job as well. And in order to do your job effectively, you have to make sure that you are being the best example of self-care. It starts with you, because you can't pour from no, what? Say it with me, y'all. We can't pour from no empty glass. We cannot pour from an empty glass. So make sure your glass is full by getting some rest throughout the day. What that looks like is putting down your phone, get off social media, turn off the TV, just chill. Like, whether you're doing reading or doing nothing at all, you know, find the best spot to do nothing at all and get there for about 20 minutes if you can stand it, baby. Just 20 minutes, okay? As we head back into phase 3 and the world is getting ready to open up, don't forget this part of self-care, to get enough sleep. Now, I know, you know, I don't be getting a lot of sleep either. I know I'm sharpening my own iron. Listen, be better than me. Be better than me. I'm working on it, so I want you to work on it too. We on this journey together. I'm not no better than you. All right? So we got to work on that. We got to make sure we getting enough sleep. You feel what I'm saying? The same amount of sleep. Now, I got this whole thing that my Uncle Dick Gregory and Dr. Sabi used to talk about getting sleep. I done put it in my ears and listen to it 1,000 times, and it makes perfect sense. So I may come back here on another Wellness Wednesday to give you guys that information on sleep and how the body self-detoxifies, and what hours of the day does that look like, and why are we supposed to get as much sleep as they say we are supposed to, and all of this stuff that takes us from being the Superman and Superwoman that we are. Okay? But definitely, you got to make sure you get enough sleep. At least try to get at least 6 hours of sleep overnight. Okay? I'm reaching, and I feel real bad sharpening your iron when sometimes that don't work for me. I work my way up to 6. We're supposed to work our way up to 8. It's really beneficial. And it's not because a Caucasian or European doctor said so. It's because it's actually really beneficial. Okay, like I said, I'm going to come back on another well this Wednesday and educate you guys on that. Okay, but you got to make sure that you're getting enough sleep. We remember that time when we weren't getting enough sleep. We remember that time when our job had us like, we remember when we got back home and the kids had us like, we remember running from place to place and we didn't get enough sleep. And now we irritated with everybody and we got attitude. We remember that. And we also remember when we had a chance to restore and renew. And it really didn't take much. You realized that you had more time than you thought you had during this quarantine. So just stick to your guns, baby. It's all about self-care, because you got to be able to fight this fight, even through what you got going on. Because the fight is not going to stop. They're not going to just give us the revolution. You know that, right? Okay. All right. We need you. All right. Okay. 3, schedule some me time. You may say, well, if I'm remembering to rest and just do nothing, or if I'm getting enough sleep, ain't that me time? No, it's not. It is not. You have 24 hours in a day. There's nothing wrong with stealing about 30 of them, 20 to 30 of them. Okay, so far we're looking at about, if you're still in rest and you're still in time, we're looking at about, can I get an hour, sis, 45 minutes, bro? Can I get you to focus on you between 1 and 3? Between topic 1 and 3, can I please 45 minutes out the day for you to remember the rest and schedule me time. I don't know what your me time will look like, but it ain't rest. Okay, resting is just, I'm doing away with anything. Me time is enjoying a hobby, enjoying something rewarding. It doesn't necessarily have to be drugs or alcohol, but it could be something you like to do. I don't know, play the game for 20, 30 minutes. I don't know, go take a walk. I don't know. If it is drugs or alcohol, and hit you a little bone, get you a bottle of wine. I don't know, drink responsibly, smoke responsibly, okay? Like, but whatever that looks like, baby, but you got to do it. You have to do it, because it's, listen, all work and no play, it's going to make a dull, upset, uptight you. And that's not what we want. It's all about self-care, right? Self-care. Number 3, I talked about this on Let's Talk Relationships. If you want to find out more about my segment, Let's Talk Relationships, it's on YouTube. You can search LadyCEO. You can search Let's Talk Relationships 101. But I talked about, we got into making peace with your loved one, your parents, before they pass. All right, that video is coming out today. And right now, I want you to know that number 4, forgiving is a major part of self-care as well. Okay, and I talked about this on Let's Talk Relationships, that not all the time are we forgiving the person. You know, we're not forgiving them for them. We're not giving them the opportunity to be forgiven for them. It's for us, right? Mending relationships and forgiving things that has happened to you in the past, whether you believe the person is sorry or not, it initially is for you. Because you have to gain control of your power. You have to fix the void inside of you. Because you have to understand something. By their transgressions, you were hurt. You felt pain. Maybe you were traumatized. You felt betrayed. And sometimes in life, we have to understand that people may not ever tie those ends for us. People may not ever say, I'm sorry. And so you have to learn how to receive that closure in yourself. You have to get your closure back. That's gaining control of your power. You understand what I'm saying? So in the event that you may be suffering right now because they're getting ready to switch the game up on you, considering the eviction freeze and all that stuff that they had us fooled by in the beginning of this quarantine, or either you weren't thinking correctly about what's going to come when everything opens back up, or you may be burdened by that. You may be feeling slighted by that, but I want you to forgive the situations. Forgive these people already. It doesn't mean you forget. It doesn't mean that you're a fool and you go back and you let them do the same thing to you or put you in the same position. It means that you are in control of your own power. You're in control of it. You set the tone for how you're going to be treated. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, I go more into detail on that on Let's Talk Relationships. I think the link is in the bio on my Instagram page. I may come back and post it here, but it's Let's Talk Relationships, okay? And I'm talking about all types of relationships on my YouTube channel. And then on Legacy Internet Radio at 8:30 p.m. Tuesdays, I do group relationship counseling, couples counseling with my co-leader, King Quint, okay? So if you are looking for any type of advice or support from the younger generation, because we don't have nobody out here. We got a whole lot of old heads out there who be trying to understand what we got going on in today's time, and they can't, baby. You just can't. You can't do everything. It's our time to stand up. So I'm one of the people, and I'm doing it. Okay. So number 4, forgive. That's a major part of self-care. It helps you, balance out your emotions, get control again, right? And then number 5, the biggest one is to release. Release a lot of negative emotions. Release a lot of, stagnant energy. Release a lot of traumatic situations. Release a lot of people, places, and things out of your life, because now is the time. Do not feel like since the world is getting ready to open back up, you have to reopen yourself back up to everybody else, people, places, and things in your life, because you do not. And a lot of people who left your life during this time, or the universe showed you that you needed to disconnect yourself from them. That's what it was for, baby. You better exercise this time right here and keep on walking through the door. And don't necessarily worry about what somebody got to say about you. Okay? I guarantee you ask to every 10 set of people you ask, 2 of them might have something to say bad about me. Listen, and I can't live my life thinking what they saying. What was it? Tell me. How can I fix it? Because some things just won't be able to fix. So some things just are. So you have to understand what the universe has done for you on that side of the fence as well during this season. Hold them, fold them, let them go. I don't know what the universe done told you. I'm just here to prompt you, okay? But it's all about self-care. So I want to make sure that as we lead ourselves into next week, that you guys really do take it with you. Everything that you've learned. If you've been here watching me, if you don't know, this is your first time viewing me, and you don't know what I'm talking about, go and view my YouTube channel, LadyCEO. And it's a bunch of videos there too. Monday, Manifesting Mondays and Wellness Wednesdays, and Let's Talk Relationship videos, just random empowerment videos. Everything is there to help you get through this time right here over the hill and prepare yourself for what's coming next, because it's not over. It's not over. It's not over. But yeah, self-care. So 5 things to remember as we head back into the world and the state opens up. Remember to rest. Okay? Remember to get enough sleep. Remember to schedule some me time. Forgive some people, baby. Just forgive. And number 5, let it go. Okay? So I just wanted to come here and give you some tools on what you can do to stay well. I want you to be well out here in these streets, y'all. I need you to be well. Before I go, I want to give you some myths about self-care. I almost forgot about this, okay? So some myths about self-care is, one of the myths is self-care is an indulgence. No. Meaningful self-care includes making mindful changes and patterns of thoughts and behaviors that do not contribute to your well-being, okay? Another myth is self-care is selfish. No. When you make time for yourself and get sufficient rest and exercise, you feel more energetic, and will be able to do more for yourself as well as those around you. Okay? Another myth is self-care is a one-time experience. No. Looking after yourself is an ongoing practice in building resilience to face hardships and in preventing burnout. How many of y'all been close to a burnout? I'm close to a burnout right now. Okay, let's be honest up in here, tell the truth, shame the devil, because I'm here. Each one teach one, universe be using me, and I be all transparent so y'all can know that I relate to you and you can possibly find some solace in it, something I'm going through, baby. Listen, we got to do this together. We got to do this together. Let's be well, honey. Let's be well. Listen. And then it also says that another myth is self-care is time consuming. That ain't true. Self-care does not require you to take out a huge chunk of time from your busy day. We just said so. Look, the most time that you're taking out your day is to rest a little bit and to schedule some me time. You gotta sleep during the night, baby. Don't hold that up. You gotta sleep during the night, and then forgiving and releasing. Well, I can understand that takes a lot of energy. Takes a lot of energy to be like, I'm gonna forgive them. And then you gotta, okay, I'm gonna release it. I really did forgive them. Because the first forgive ain't really forgive. Can we be honest here? Can we be honest here so we can fix ourselves? Okay. Now, in the meantime, in between time, I want to make sure that you guys stay connected. Stay connected to me. I am LadyCEO Digital. I'm going to be dropping a weekly digital itinerary of what I do, okay? When I record, when I have my segments, when I do my classes, so you guys can better understand me as a empowerment leader and a motivational speaker here in the DMV area. Let's talk relationships. A new video is going to be dropping today, later on this afternoon, so make sure you stay connected for that. Tuesday nights, Eastern Standard Time on Legacy Internet Radio is Talking the Streets Entertainment. And on Talking the Streets Entertainment at 7 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m., we have Street Talk of the Week for the first hour. That's where you can find the dopest go-getters in the DMV area. So next week, I'm actually featuring the Village Against Violence, 804 superhero, Karen Law as my artist of the week, Radio B as my celebrity of the city, and business owner of the block. You got to tune in for yourself, okay? But all in all, make sure you stay connected. Also on Bible Study in the Hood, we are in the beginning of talking about Black people being the original people of the Bible, the original people of the world, how law and spirituality actually was founded by us. We are the will. We carry out the will. However, it was stolen from us and misused, misinterpreted, and definitely was used to manipulate us into slavery and so forth and so on. So make sure that if you want that information, if you want to stay connected, if you want to know the truth, if you want to get beyond all of this, all these facades and stuff that really don't matter in the world today, and if you want to become educated and gain more tools that will help you properly fight this fight of Black liberation, because as I stated, it's not over. Then make sure you stay connected to me. Make sure you find a leader on your timeline that ain't jiving, that's not into being popular or getting famous. Someone who is definitely about your best interest, civil rights activists, community activists, someone that you actively see in the community, sincerely see them in the community. Follow that person if I'm not your person, okay? But follow somebody, get with your collective. That's something else we've been talking about here on Wellness Wednesdays and Manifesting Mondays. So once again, I'm LadyCEO. This has been Wellness Wednesday, all about self-care. Don't forget to get some rest, get enough sleep, get some me time, forgive, release. Check out Let's Talk Relationships. And I will see you guys back here on Monday for more manifesting. I love you.